systematically to spread hatred against Muslims and incite violence. This has unfortunately been the situation even during the COVID pandemic, when a tsunami of anti-Muslim hatred and Islamophobic narratives surged on digital platforms. At times, it appears that those who manage these digital platforms are sympathetic to the extremist anti-Muslim groups and ideologies. Ladies and gentlemen, despite its pervasive and widely documented manifestations, Islamophobia remains under-acknowledged, poorly understood, and less effectively countered. The dangers of Islamophobia often gain international attention when a heinous act of violence and terrorism strikes innocent Muslims, while the daily silent drip of discrimination, hatred, and hostility against Muslims remains largely ignored and underreported. Therefore, our resolve to combat Islamophobia must translate into concrete and practical action. To that end, we urge the UN Secretary General to formulate an action plan in coordination with the Organization of Islamic Countries to halt and reverse Islamophobia. Such an action plan could include the appointment of a UN Special Envoy to combat Islamophobia, the adoption of international measures for the protection of holy sites, including the thousands of mosques and mausoleums which are presently under threat of destruction, the adoption of laws at the national and international level to outlaw hate speech, acts of vandalism of the Holy Quran, and discrimination and violence against Muslims and other communities, the provision of legal assistance and appropriate compensation to those subjected to Islamophobic acts, and the establishment of national and international judicial mechanisms and laws to hold those responsible for acts of Islamophobia accountable. Excellencies, unfortunately, the virus of Islamophobia is spreading faster than we have been able to react. Not even the greatest democracies are immune. We have witnessed democratic societies impose Muslim bans. So-called free societies allow for the desecration of holy texts and holy sites. And even my region is not immune, with democratic secular societies under the threat of being transformed into religious, nationalist, and Islamophobic states. The declaration of the 15th of March is the International Day to Combat Islamophobia by the General Assembly, and today's high-level event is a demonstration of global solidarity with both known and unknown victims of Islamophobia. Today, we must renew our resolve to build an inclusive society where different cultures and beliefs are celebrated and diversity is embraced. We can ill afford to ignore dangerous ideologies and acts dividing us as humanity. Let all of us, from any religion or creed, stand together in the fight against hatred, bigotry, and intolerance. I thank you.
बिलावल भुट्टो जरदारी न्यूयॉर्क में इस्लामोफोबिया से निपटने के लिए आलमी दिन की यादगारी तकरीब से खिताब कर रहे थे। उन्होंने कहा कि